Hey everyone, not a lot of people know this, but there's 5 really good steps for you to basically take any image that you want and make it into an amazing magazine cover. So today we're taking you through all 5 of these to make this magazine poster. I'll walk you through all of these and let's get started. So today we'll be using 2 different programs, Photoshop and InDesign. We'll use Photoshop to touch up the images and change up the layers a little bit, and then InDesign to put everything together. Now we're gonna start off in InDesign itself. So here I have a new document being created. We're gonna use a standard 8.5 by 11 page in portrait orientation. I'm gonna check facing pages. I'm just gonna create my title page, which is page number 1, but if you're making a magazine, obviously you're making way more pages than this. And then I'm gonna leave the column and gutter as is. Margins, let's leave at 0.5. Doesn't really matter too much because we'll be using a full bleed image. What does matter is the bleed and slug. For the bleed, we're just gonna make it a standard 0.125 inch just to make sure that our image actually does come through. So I'm gonna go ahead and create this. The first thing that you guys really need to watch out for is to have a good image. Now, if we look at some of our examples, like the Vogue and Elle magazine covers, you can notice some very interesting things, and we want to keep these in mind when we're making our poster as well. First thing you're gonna notice is that there's going to be a very close relationship between the color of the text as well as the background and some sort of highlight on the subject. For example, if you look at this poster of Vogue with Zendaya on the cover, you can see that she's wearing red lipstick, she's wearing a red dress, her background is also red. If you look at the text, white, which is kind of a contrasting color to it, just to make sure all the text read, and some of the highlighting text is also in that red hue. It's used a light pink in order for that to read as well. So we want to keep that as well when we are doing our typography. The other thing that you want to usually do is to have a person, and it'll be really good if the person is looking straight into the camera. People are naturally drawn to eye contact, and so you want to choose something that has this eye contact in the cover. The third is there needs to be some sort of a pose. Like if I'm just smiling at the camera like this, not an amazing magazine cover, right? There needs to be some sort of a pose or action in order to make the magazine cover a lot more interesting. So with those 3 in mind, make sure you have a good image, and a good image, I cannot emphasize this enough, is going to make or break your magazine cover. Other thing that I forgot to mention is you want to have the background fairly cleared of any ruckus. What I mean is that you don't want to take a picture that has a lot of things going on in the background, and that's mainly because for text, they want to read through the image. They want to be in front of the image, and so if you have just a bunch of things going on in the background, the text is not going to read. So for our picture today, you can see that the background is fairly clear. We're in Photoshop now, and the thing we're going to do is remove the subject so that there is a layer with just the person in it and the layer with everything in the background. And the reason we want to do this is because we want to get this effect where the title of the magazine is behind the subject. So in Photoshop, we're going to select the image, and then we're going to select the subject. So here it's going to do a pretty good job of selecting the subject for me. Although if you go ahead and zoom in, you're going to see that it's missing some of the comb here. So I'm going to go ahead and select my polygon lasso tool, and then I'm just gonna manually go in and select everything that it's missed. Now, you know what they say, your Photoshop is only as good as your selection, so make sure you are really careful with your selection and get everything that you want. Okay, great. After you have that, we're gonna go ahead and click select and mask on the top there. So you're gonna be able to see the edges of your image being cut out. Now, the most important part here is the top, because it's clipping into the title of the page or of the magazine. So you really want to make sure that this area is good. Now, usually the area has hair, and Photoshop has made this ability right here, refine edge brush tool. And I'm just going to use that to brush up on some of the hair on the outside just to make sure that I have all the hair. Didn't need to do too much there, but that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and just put this in a new layer, and then I'm going to hit OK. So there we go, we have our new layer in our picture, and I'm going to go ahead and double click this layer, and I'm naming it cutout subject, okay? And then we're gonna have layer 0, which is our full image, and then our cutout subject on the top. So here you can see it's two completely different things. I've isolated this layer out. Okay, so now we just need to save it on our computer somewhere, and make sure you know where you save this computer, because we're gonna import the Photoshop file directly into the InDesign file. Okay guys, it is time to get back to school, time to get back to the grind. If you are still looking to get your Adobe subscription, I have it down in the description below. It is an affiliate link, so if you do buy through my link, it's gonna help the channel a lot, and I really do appreciate it. So if you're looking to get that still, make sure to go into the link in my description and get your Adobe, InDesign, Illustrator, whatever you need. All right, now that we have our image and it's nice and edited, we're gonna go back into InDesign. So make sure you're in InDesign for this. And all I'm gonna do is just import the image in. So I'm gonna find my Photoshop file, and I'm going to just drag and drop it in. So you're gonna see a nice thumbnail, and I'm gonna try to get it from edge to edge. Now it might not work perfectly, but that's okay. I'm dragging it all the way out to the bleed mark. Right click, fitting, fit frame proportionally. Now let's move on to our next tip, which is to layer your image with the text itself. That really makes it seem like one of these high-end magazines. And we're gonna do that in a very, very simple way. So first, we're going to go ahead and create a type tool. Now this is going to be the cover and the title of our magazine. And I'm just gonna call this Fashion Magazine. Okay, nothing fancy. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. So let's say I use 120 for this, and I'm just gonna center justify this. And this really leads to the third tip. Remember this when you're doing this, guys, is that the title should be a serif font. So when we look at all the examples, like from Vogue or from Elle, these magazines, they tend to use a serif font. What does that mean? Well, that just means fonts that have a little bit of a tail on them. It gives them a little bit of that more classic and high-end and elegant look, which is what we're trying to go for. And here are some fonts that we can use. So the ones I like to use are Merriweather, Garamond, Times New Roman, and the one I'm using here for my title is going to be Baskerville. So I have my title here. I'm gonna go ahead and just change this to a different color. Now, what color should we use for our text? Well, generally you can always use black and white, but here's where it leads to the next tip. Always use complementary or contrasting colors. And you wanna do this because you want everything to read on the page. So for this, InDesign actually makes it really easy for us. If we just go over to the left, there is a color theme tool. Now it might be hidden under the eyedropper tool for you. So right click that tool and this will pop up. You're gonna go ahead and just click on the picture. You can see it's gonna bring up this color bar, and it's gonna show us all the colors that could work really well with this picture. For this, I've chosen this yellow to match the highlight on my model's face. And we're gonna go ahead and just highlight the text to change it to yellow. Now, the next thing we're gonna do to make this seem very magazine-y is they like to stretch out their text, and we're gonna do exactly that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just double click into this text box, highlight my text, and go up here to basically stretching the text, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and just change this to something like 125. You can play around with this to even 150. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm gonna go back to the 125. I'm once again going to center this using the up and down arrows on my keyboard. Okay, so in order for this subject to pop out in front of the actual text itself, we're gonna go ahead and right click on the image, click copy, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and just right click anywhere and click paste in place. So now it's made another copy of the picture on top. So if I expand the layers, you can see that I have test PSD, which is what I decided to name my Photoshop file. And then we have the fashion, which is the text. And then we have the bottom picture. Now we want to make sure that there is one of these PSD files on top. And we're going to select that file on top. We're going to go into objects, object layer options. And what we can do is actually just switch off the bottom layer. So we can see that I have a background remove layer. If I just switch off the other layers in that file, you can see that there is going to be that nice effect that we were looking for, where the image is going over my text, right? And that's because I have another layer that is on top with all the other stuff in the background switched off. So it's just the subject. And what I like to do is just lock this layer. So go ahead and right beside the eyeball, you're gonna go ahead and lock that. And that just locks the top layer. So I can't move that anymore. So the rest of the stuff is easy. There is one last step or one last tip at the very end that you guys really need to watch out for. So stick around for that. It'll really make or break your magazine cover. So the next step, which is a little bit of an easier step, is just really adding text into this. Now, feel free to create another layer if you want. It just makes everything a little bit easier so that you have all your text on the same layer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go on to my text layer, and then I'm going to just fill everything in with where I think makes sense. To illustrate what I mean, I'm just gonna draw where I think makes sense. So here, there's a nice blank area where I can put text. Same thing here. Seems like this whole bottom area, I can put text wherever I want, especially if it's white because it's a dark blue and I can have the text come contrast everything. So these are the areas where I'm aiming to have my text. So I'm just gonna fill it in, and it's just gonna be a bunch of type tools. And I'll show you guys 3 different typologies that you can use to really spice up your magazine cover. First type, super simple. You just have a heading, and then you have your text underneath, right? And then you're gonna use either the color that we chose as a highlight, or you're gonna use something that's contrasting with the background. So if the background's super light, you're gonna use black. If the background is super dark, you're gonna use white. Simple as that. So that's the first. And then you can also do a little bit of a alteration on this. So something like this on the left, where it's still the same thing. You still have your title and your text, but all you're doing is giving it a little bit of a highlight. So you can see here, the highlight box that I put is basically the same color as this yellow. The way to do something like this, all you have to do is drag out a type tool, go ahead and type in what you want to do. So like hi world, and then go ahead and choose the fill. So I'm gonna use the same color as this fill. So let's see what color this is. Copy our code here, and then I'm gonna put this in right here. There we go. Now you can see it's not quite center and it doesn't look as good. So we're gonna go in and just center justify this. So right here, center justify. And then we're also going to right click, go into our text frame options, and then just make sure that our vertical justification is also center. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to just change this to the font that I'm using. I believe was actually Times New Roman. And yeah, just basically change this to whatever you think makes sense. Now, another kind that you can do is bigger text on the top, smaller text on the bottom. So really title, subtitle or subheading, and then your text image, right? So this is the third kind. You can play around with any of these, change the color to the yellow that I'm using, to white, whatever you think makes sense. Obviously you have to play around with this to see just what works and what doesn't work, but this is another cool typology that you can use. And in the same line, you can do something like this, where if you want to highlight a page, for example, there's something important on page 26, I'm gonna put it as my highlight color, which is yellow, and then you have some text underneath it. So page 26, make sure to check it out. That's what that's saying, right? So these are, just some very easy blocks that you can put onto any of your magazine covers, and it'll really just make that pop. Now, the important thing is to not overly repeat the same element over and over again. Since the articles are different on your magazine, you want to make sure that they're just distinguished a little bit. Okay, and so the final and last step and last tip I'm gonna give you guys to really make or break your magazine is going to be a barcode. If you look at all the examples, the barcode is really just the last thing that you need to get on there in order to make this thing work. Now, you might already have your barcode, you might not have your barcode, just leave a spot for it so that the barcode could be put on. Okay, so watch the difference between when I don't have a barcode on this versus when I do. Does not look just a lot better. So you can apply these 5 different tips to any of your magazines and they should look pretty good. So I think that's it for this tutorial. Let me know if you learned anything. Make sure you hit subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. It really does help the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.